That's all I know.
Welcome to another episode of the CRL podcast. My name is Evan.
Oh, I'm Nate. Or Sir McCockiner.
Or Barry.
Or Barry.
Yeah. Are we on the CRL podcast? This is not who I normally host with.
Oh yeah, that's Rob, and this is the Only Dad's takeover of the CRL podcast. Caleb was so distraught by the Panthers' loss that he had to go get a new apartment to rid himself of all the good memories of the Panthers winning. So we went full Trump and did a Greenland takeover of this podcast.
Yeah, I mean that kind of did. Nobody offered me any money, by the way, which I'm a little bit pissed off about.
Oh, you guys get paid money for this?
Nobody can see us. We can see each other, and we will say that Rob does have his contractually obligated Only Dad's hoodie that was freshly mailed to him this last week for this podcast, and will be on for every podcast he does from now on. So.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we're all wearing pants.
Well, speak for yourself.
Well, yeah, yeah. We dumped the normal podcast hosts, like Rob dumping an Only Dad's driver going to turn 10 at Coda.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's right. Us hosting the podcast is like the Fox broadcast team got replaced by the Prime broadcast team. But we still let Darryl Waltrip tag along just for the sake of his conspiracy theories. So let's just start off with thanking our sponsors, OSR Network. Never really knew what OSR stood for. I only just assumed that it stands for Only Dad's Sexy Racers Network. But I don't know if you guys have any ideas.
Yeah, Nate.
No, I guess Oddly Shaped Rectum is one, and then Only Spinelli Rex. I'm sorry, I'm reading off Evan's script. These are horrible, Evan.
Well, hey.
I have no script. Nate's making that up. He also
definitely
can't spell.
Well, that implies that we have structure for this podcast, which we just don't. So that's
right.
blasphemy.
I think structure is horrible, if I'm being completely honest.
The Athletic Ghosts. Thanks to those guys for always sponsoring us.
The Savage Rappers.
Yep, Savage Rappers always doing great rapping work for us, and then the CRL podcast, which is us. So I think we thank ourselves. So.
Yeah, we do thank ourselves.
Thanks, guys.
And we thank Caleb for not being here to give us this grand opportunity for the Only Dad's takeover.
Huge opportunity.
Really, the greatest blessing I've gotten so far in 2026 is for Caleb not being here, so we could do this.
Also, I got to shout y'all out before we keep going, because I don't think people understand that the podcast would not exist if it weren't for you guys taking over in the interim while he moves into his apartment. So after the holiday break that we just took, everybody can thank Evan and Nate for making sure that we didn't have an additional holiday break. We were waiting to come back after Valentine's Day at this point.
Evan texted me at 7 a.m. this morning. He goes, "Nate, you're going to be on a podcast with me." I go, "What?" And then he goes 1:45, and I'm like, "This is at 1:30." He's like, "In 15 minutes, get on the podcast." I'm like, "I can't do that." My kids are all over.
Channel typically has a lot of podcast type material, so I didn't think it'd really be that abnormal. But for this one, he had to wear clothes. So
is your sister going to listen to this one, Nate?
I hope not. She better not. I'm reading through this script that we don't have, and there's not a chance. I'm going to send this to her.
That's unfortunate. I wrote the script.
Yeah,
some joke for her to listen to.
Also, you're actually admitting on record that you don't want to drive traffic to the podcast, which is wild.
Yeah. I'll be honest.
Podcast
this is my second time on this podcast, and it's going to be my second time listening to this podcast.
What a guy.
All right.
No,
well, listen.
I'm kidding.
I mean, we appreciate the honesty. I mean, if it's Caleb that's the problem, just let us know. That's all you have to do is tell me. Off record, of course.
No, it's Jacob. No, Caleb. Oh, wait, no. No one's the issue.
Well, now that we're let's get us back on topic here. We're going to be here all night if we keep it up at this rate. But we got some events to discuss. Getting to some of our league races that we've had so far this year, since we've been on an extended holiday break because the Panthers suck and Caleb can't cope. But we're back recapping the first few races of the season, some real life sporting events, and then some non-racing sporting events as well. But just some Only Dads news. Our boy Jeremy, want to give him a shout out. He's 2 for 2 for almost getting sucked off by his couch twice and missing both races. And for everybody that doesn't know, Jeremy has the most comfortable couch in the world from what we've heard and seen via his Only Dads, and he falls asleep on that bad boy all the time and misses races. So he finished 2 laps down at Daytona because he fell asleep and missed the start of the race.
Before every race, we have to call him like on his phone, be like, "Wake up, Jeremy!" Like sometimes he answers, sometimes he doesn't. It's hilarious. Actually, he was actually supposed to be on this podcast with us too, but he's sleeping right now. So yeah. I think we're gonna offend all 8 listeners this week. Just saying, that's the plan.
Well,
yeah,
listen,
but hopefully we'll get a broader audience because of it.
True. And honestly, I think we need to touch on our next topic. And we'll kind of shift from Only Dads to SMB on this one. We will have more listeners because Josh Altus officially has not re-retired. So we know we will have more listeners there.
So there's one.
There is one. Plus, I'm sure we will have an additional family member or friend that will listen. So that is good.
I told you my sister's not listening.
Well, listen, here's the thing. If we do something on the podcast with Josh, I know he will send it to people that he cares about, unlike Nate, who will not send it to his sister. So, yeah.
And Nate, my wife said that she wasn't going to listen to this podcast because I was targeting it to your sister. So we're losing a listener, and we're going to lose a second one because you're not going to share it. So you really need to rethink your strategy here. Anyway, getting back to the topic, Josh is not retired, and quite honestly, he should be tested for some PEDs because the boy is on fire to start the season, winning the first 2.
If he was retired, I would have won Daytona. Like, that's so messed up.
That is true. Also true. Yeah.
True. Yeah. And if he was still retired, I would have won Iowa. So
he's been flexing in the Discord chat with me and Ross this week. He actually said, and I quote, "I'm sorry you guys don't win like I do." So, I mean, take that for what you will. Yeah.
That would make me sick. Like when Evan starts winning races, it's like the worst feeling in the world for all of us. Like,
so what you're saying is Coda was actually a gift for you guys.
Oh,
I loved it. Like every minute. Like it was so good. Yeah. Like
it made Nate so happy. And anytime we're about to start a race, he's like, "I hope Rob shows up so you don't win this one."
I'm glad that I can be that hope for you, Nate.
It's just disgusting, Rob. Like seeing him win, like out of all of us, he's just an average driver, and he just puts himself. Whatever. Never mind.
I get it. How dare he put himself in good positions to win races? God, disgusting.
He's got like ice in his veins. Like it's every single time. He's like goes to a road like an oval race, and he's like probably like the 10th fastest car, but he doesn't make a mistake all day, and then he's in position to win. Like
he's your Ross. Yeah, that's how we are with Ross. We'll ask Ross, be like, how you doing here, bud? And he's like, "Yeah, I just don't feel good. I feel slow." Goes out and gets pole. Just the most random shit possible.
I don't get poles. That never happens.
That's literally not true.
Well, unless it's a road course, then maybe I've got a shot. But outside of it, back to league stuff. We got some incoming rookies we want to shout out. Ryan Van Handeren Wienerschnitzel. I think I got that right, but what we really need to know is he's just another Foudy in disguise, which unfortunately means we probably have another Logano fan on our hands.
I actually talked to Seth about it. He definitely is one of his sons. He adopted him a long time ago. Just letting you guys know. That's not true, but I just want to say that.
It's a good story.
I mean, I would believe it.
Yeah, it's a good story.
I was hoping you guys would like go with it and like pick it up and make it more of a story, but it's fine. Continue. I'm sorry.
You had me hooked. I believed it. I was in for all the details.
Yeah, I definitely thought that was accurate.
Seth can give us more details.
Yeah, we'll ask Seth. He probably won't listen to this if I had to guess, but if he does, yeah, you can give us some more details. Andy Cork, he's not a true rookie. I think he was here way back in the day under previous ownership, but since he's been gone so long, we'll consider him a rookie. And then Mike Kelly sold his CVS charter to help fund his addiction to Nate's Only Dad's page, which gave Jonathan Gasson a charter. So he'll be another rookie, which shout out to him. He just won his first ever CRL race at Iowa Speedway in the ARCA cars. So
nice.
Congrats to him.
I just want to pause you for a second, Evan. It's Sir McCockiner is my podcast name. You keep calling me by my actual name, and it's Sir McCockiner. Barry.
I'm sorry, Barry.
You're welcome.
I was gonna say that the rumor was that Mike Kelly was selling his CVS charter to Walgreens, but we didn't get that far. So
yeah, my nickname for CVS is Walgreens, and I call them that during all the races. And
I love it.
Every single time, everybody in the channel is like, "Who are you talking about?" Every week, I have to re-explain it.
Yeah, I don't understand it.
I
It
would
goes
know.
completely over my head.
I would know if I were there. Just like if you're gonna call Josh by any name, just start calling him by AARP.
I don't understand that, but I'll do it.
He races in old man leagues to make himself feel better.
Yeah, well, you got to do. Maybe I should do that because Nate makes me feel terrible.
I try to.
I know you do a good job at it.
I like to give him a hard time about that. I'll have to tell y'all more about that later.
I want to hear more about that. I feel like Josh doesn't get a hard enough time. Like
he
I don't know
doesn't
how to explain it, but like I feel like he's the type of guy that deserves everything he gets.
Well, he retired, and everybody acted like he got a freaking heart transplant, and when he came back, everybody was like, "Oh, well, I guess everything's fine."
Other people acted like he had a heart transplant. People were happy. Like you're retired. People aren't happy for someone getting a heart transplant. They're not like, "Oh yeah, fuck that."
Well, I can't say that, Nate.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, we're gonna need some editing.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I don't know how to do that, so
we'll figure it out.
Yeah,
I forgot this goes on Spotify or whatever. Like, do they care? I don't think Spotify cares.
I mean, yeah, if they sort through it, maybe
someone would have to
Spotify
listen.
does.
Oh, yeah, I think we're good.
Yeah.
Well, back on the topic once again. Let's get to the start of the season. We had the what do we call it? The dash. We had the dash. Yep. Yeah, that's what it's called to set us up. It's honestly been so long ago. I forgot how that went. Other than I wrecked and started 30-something position for the race. Nate did not. He somehow avoided it. Where'd you start, Nate?
For the dash?
No, for the actual Daytona race.
Like 15th.
Yeah, it's better than the majority of us, I think.
I remember Dyer was the winner of the dash.
Yeah.
Yeah. My bald bearded brother won that and put it on pole.
Yeah. Speaking of which, we've been talking to him about this. I don't know if y'all have seen whether it's AI or real or not, but the picture of Joey Logano at Daytona with the Mr. Clean car. But we tried to talk to him today, and there was mention of legal retribution if Joey Logano does try to steal the Mr. Clean moniker from Dyer. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, it's worth it.
Yep.
He owned it. He made it. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't remember too many specifics of the dash other than I wrecked and had to start in the back. But I learned some things from the legendary CRL legend himself, Joey Stiers, on how to get through the field.
Yep.
Because if anybody watched that dash, that man
he was hell on wheels.
Zero fear.
He has zero fear. Like it was crazy because like I was behind him for half the race in the dash, and he just made holes where he shouldn't make holes. And the issue was he'd make a hole and there'd be so much turmoil behind him that like there was no place for anyone behind him to go because like if you followed him through the hole, you're going to start a wreck. So like it was like he got to go through and we just got to wave goodbye to him. It was crazy. It was so cool though.
Yeah,
but definitely.
Yeah, learned that. Helped me out in the actual Daytona race quite a bit. But yeah, we had a full 43 truck field for the opening Daytona race, which was really awesome to see. A lot of really good 3-wide racing, including myself. having to go from 32nd, and I wanted to get up front as fast as I possibly could. By the time I got up there, Nate had been up there for the majority of the day. So I don't know what you did, Nate, but it worked.
Yeah, that was different for me because I had just like came in off a flight from California like an hour before the race started, and I still did not want to race. I was like, I'm just gonna. I always race from the back in Daytona, and sometimes I get top tens, and sometimes I wreck, but I never am in contention to win. I was like, I'm either gonna wreck early because I don't want to be here, or this is gonna work out where I'm just gonna run in the top 10 the whole race. And that was the highest average running position I've run at Daytona like in the last 5 years, and it worked out. So now I got to do it more, which I hate it. Like it was so unenjoyable, like because it's so intense up there. Like everybody's 2 or 3 wide the whole race, and you're getting your ass pounded. It's not fun. Like, but it worked. So.
Rob, you're just gonna eat an ice cream sandwich while we're recording.
It's actually an oatmeal cream pie.
I love cream pies.
So
you got that from Ross.
I'm not going to say that on the podcast because she would whoop my ass. So I'm not going to say that.
About getting a cream pie from Ross?
No, my wife, because
actually, okay. Because Ross has a cream pie car is what I was talking about.
All right, I'm gonna. Okay,
car.
I made that for him. Funny enough. Well,
I was just trying to explain it, like so, like people don't think like I'm just talking dirty. Like that's not who I am as a person. So sorry.
We went caution free for the first 27 laps of our Daytona race until some green flag pit stop shenanigans brought out our first caution. But really good racing all the way around in this race. I thought, Rob, I don't know if you watched it at all, but I thought it did really well for 43 trucks being out there. We had couple of cautions. I don't remember how many.
6. I actually have the race results pulled up in front of me.
Nice.
Surprisingly, 12 different leaders only at Daytona, which is kind of unusual. But 6 cautions for a total of 15 laps under caution. And of course, our winner was Joshua Altice. Unfortunately, ruined our good friend Barry McCockner's bid at
Barry Daytona. Yep, thank you.
Yeah. Yep. Well, it was actually the caution, the big one coming out of turn 4 on the last 2 to go, I guess it would have been, that ruined Nate's chances because Nate, the whole time from when we went green on that green-white checkered was, I'm about to punt this guy so far up midfield that I'm going to take this thing. And he was gearing up for it, and then the caution came out, and so he missed his chance, which...
Yeah, I mean, like if you watch it back, like I had a big, like I kept laying off him, and Evan was up. Like I kept like I was trying to time a run because about a half lap before, like off from turn 2, I had a pretty decent run, and Josh came down and blocked it as he should have. So I was like, if I do this again, I got to get so much speed that if he comes down and blocks me, I'm just turning him across the infield, right? Like that was the plan. And as soon as I back up to him, I start getting a run, and I get to second. And then the caution comes out. I was like, there goes my chance to wreck Josh.
That's kind of what I heard. I heard there was it was a very fuel saving race. I tried to tune in for the last little bit of it. But I missed the run, I'll be honest with you. But yeah, that's what I heard was that the strategy was definitely to try and save fuel, and that the caution was very beneficial to some people more than others, unfortunately.
So beneficial. Like that was the whole strategy from the whole, like as soon as we knew we were short, I was like, we can either play this one of 2 ways, like save fuel or take advantage of everybody else saving fuel and get track position and hope for a caution, which is what I did. And everybody else on my team pitted, which was like a mistake. I mean, it could have worked out to not have the.
Not much of a mistake. I started right behind you on the restart. So,
not you. I'm talking about like what did Kevin do? Like Kevin was there with us too until I don't know what he did, but then he wound up wrecked. Like he always. Sorry, Kevin, but he wound up wrecked. Like I don't know. It just I thought
that's the least surprising thing.
It wasn't surprising at all.
Well, yeah. I was going to say, Evan, you had actually a really good week because then you followed up a P4 at Daytona with a P3 in the ARCA series at Daytona on that Wednesday. So
yeah,
like that was a pretty good week for you.
Yeah, moving on to the ARCA race. Yeah, that one, talk about fuel mileage, was way more fuel mileage than the truck race was. The only thing more sure then a fuel mileage race at a restricted plate track in the CRL is a caution coming out right after Mike Kelly makes a green flag pit stop. I don't know how it happens, but the caution came out. You're like 2 laps short for making it to the end, so you try to risk it for the biscuit, and we made it work. But unfortunately, fortunately for Danny White, he got the win, but he had some lap cars to tag onto to help him save fuel, because I ran out right at the start-finish line in the last lap.
Oh, wow.
I hit the line and sputtered. Jeremy was with me, I believe, as well. I think he may have finished 5th.
Jeremy actually finished 4th in that race.
Yeah, and he ran out like just before I did. I think he would have gotten me. Well, no, it's the other way around. I ran out just before him. So yeah, it's funny how that always works out. They're always fuel mileage races.
Well, and actually, I was going to say shout out to. I was looking at the top 5, and shout out to a guy who made his first CRL ARCA start, and Mike Howerton. It's impressive to get a top 5 in your first start. So, yeah,
is that his first start? I thought I remember him being around last season.
Well, unless I'm looking at the wrong season, which I probably am. Yep. Okay, so Mike's first start in season 3, like I said, obviously. Yeah, great job, Mike.
Yeah, good job, Mike.
Yeah, nice job, Mike.
It's my first race in season 3 too, but we won't shout that out like Mike's first race in season 3.
Well, I mean,
when I joined an ARCA
okay?
race, when I joined an ARCA race, I want to shout out in the podcast. I haven't raced ARCA ever.
All right. Well, let's calm down. Let's calm down.
No, I want a shout out. Where's my shout out?
Let's calm down.
Okay, fine. What's Mike's real name? Because I know that's just his podcast name. Is it Hugh Jass or Mr. Molester? Whatever. Sorry. Rob's rolling his eyes.
Oh, brother. In between the CRL truck race at Daytona in Iowa, we had a joint Only Dads CRL 24 Hours Daytona entry, which is all the Only Dads boys plus Caleb, and that's where the CRL piece came into it. But we did a 24-hour race at Daytona. We qualified P11, and I think we ran inside the top 10 for like 23 out of the 24 hours. It was a really smooth, the least amount of incidents for us that we've ever had in the 5 years that we've been doing it.
Love that.
Yeah, we ended up P7, ran as high as P2 at one point. Had a couple of small issues right at the end, but it was a ton of fun. Other than there was a couple of French dudes.
Ooh.
Which, Nate, I don't remember if you remember their I rating or not, but
no, I don't remember.
They shouldn't have been there. They were like rookies with 500 I rating or something like that. Somehow showed up in this split. Because I think you're supposed to be technically a C class to make those. So I don't know how they were there, but they were like, I don't know if you guys remember the controversy that came out from the Spa 24-hour and the dudes that got permanently banned from that. These dudes were worse than that, for my opinion. And they took out 2 class leaders. They completed 581 laps with a total of 518 incident points.
How were they not booted from the server at that point?
The only rules they have is it's 100x before you have to do a pass-through, and then it's a pass-through every 20x after that. So they just did a crap ton of pass-throughs, apparently. They were both named Anton as well, which is a bit weird. Different last names. Otherwise, I would have thought that they were the same dude. But
okay.
Other than those guys, I thought it was a really good event.
And Anton, if you're listening, I'm sorry Evan's calling you out. It's I have nothing against you guys. I thought it was fun watching it. Like, please join more of these races. It makes it more exciting.
Anton, let me tell you something.
You have an open invite to our league whenever you want. Like, Evan's just an asshole. Like,
if Nate hadn't already used our one F-bomb for the PG-13 rating, I would have a few more of them to release for Anton, just especially for him. Those guys are the worst. Yeah, but it was a really fun event. I really enjoyed it. We had kind of like this awkward amount of drivers where we didn't get to do as much driving as we normally would have, which I think from our perspective was good because Nate sucks at these, so we want to keep him out of the car as much as possible. But
Yeah,
it was really fun.
Yeah, I mean, try to take your stint. Like you told me at like the middle of the night, I don't know if I can do a second stint. Like you like somehow massage the schedule. Like I should have only had to do like 2 hours of driving with how many drivers we had. And you're like, man, can you do? We had 8 drivers and he's trying to get me to do 4 hours of driving. Like that makes no sense. I'm the worst driver on the team. Why are you doubling up my stints?
I'm just proud of y'all for having a schedule, because Evan got the experience of my first 24-hour race back in July, and there was absolutely no structure to that. I think I remember bitching at 4:00 in the morning because Breaky was supposed to get in there for me, and he slept through his alarm, and I'm like, Jesus, I've been in here for 3 hours. Can I get somebody to get in here?
Oh, that's the issue with having Jeremy on the team. Like you never know when his couch is going to get him.
Yeah, the rest of our team is pretty structured. You don't have to worry about anybody except for Jeremy. You never know if he's going to make it. And I don't know if we've never done an event with Caleb before, which I figured Caleb loves road racing. He's not going to miss it, but there's always that slight inkling in the back of your mind of is this guy actually going to show up or not. And yeah, I mean, I've never really thought about this about myself.
I said we couldn't get Caleb out of the car. He said he wanted to do the whole race.
Caleb lives for that. He really does.
Yeah, well, anything to keep his mind off of the Panthers.
No, what were you saying? He never really thought about. What we cut you off. I'm sorry. I wanted to.
No, I was just gonna say he doesn't. He can't handle grief. He pushes it out.
Yeah, exactly. He. I mean, they call Bryce Young the Carolina Reaper, and it's mainly because he breaks hearts in Carolina. So, yep.
Yeah, 24 hours of Daytona was fun. Hopefully next year, Rob's already committed, so we're going to hold him to that, just like we're holding him to his sweatshirt duty. But hoping to have 2 CRL cars in the Daytona 24-hour next year. Hoping to have a prototype and then a GT3 car. So anybody out there listening who wants to do it, let's get on it.
And I probably won't do it next year, so there will be another driver opening.
And Nate says this every single time there's an endurance race, and we make him do it anyway because he needs to toughen up. So he'll be there. Nobody listened to that.
Maybe.
Yeah. Then this last Monday we went to Iowa, the newly repaved Iowa, and we saw 38 drivers take the green for 150 laps. We had 5 cautions for 20 laps, and overall thought it was a pretty good race. We had a lot of green flag runs, and when it was a green flag run, Parker absolutely dominated. And then some cautions eventually came out, and towards the end of it, we had some team-on-team violence where it reminded me a lot of Nate's sister dumping me in high school. Nate dumped a teammate, Parker, who had dominated the entire race and cost him the win, and effectively handed it to Josh.
Which Josh appreciated, by the way. I just want you to know. So I know you may not know this, but you are appreciated, Nate.
No, I appreciate that. And because my guys don't appreciate me, Josh surprised the hell out of me. Because when that happened, I was great position to win a race for the first time in like 3 years. I have the freshest tires out of everybody. I was looking at everybody in the top 10. I'm like I got this. Everybody else is like 3 or 4 lap tires. At like Evan had like 3 lap tires, and he was like the next closest. And I practiced enough with Evan. Like if I can just get one-on-one with him, like it looks like I'm slow because I run 15th, but like I've got decent pace when I'm up towards the front. I can just never get up towards the front. So I was confident. I didn't realize Josh had the same tires as I did. So I baby walked into that first corner, and Josh just bombs it up the inside. I'm like, holy shit, I forgot about Josh. And then I'm so focused on him, like, because I was going to put it on his door and try to race him hard. I'm so focused on him that when Parker got to my outside, like, I didn't even see Parker there until my truck starts walking up the track. Because I'm not sure about the aero model, but like, it just completely sucked my truck around. Like, and I think it was net killed anyways, which Parker's a good sport about it. But I wrecked Parker, and then it was like 3 laps later, I got wrecked by someone else. You know who you are. I deserved it though. So, which was actually Evan's fault. Evan sucked on that restart and got me in a bad spot. It was all downhill.
Look, it's the worst possible place on the planet to restart second.
Yeah, you restarted second and you stacked up the whole outside. So I waited on you, and then I waited on you, and then I got ran over from behind going into that corner. And the first time I was going to have a top 10 at a non-plate race.
Nate, I'm going to ask you a question, and I just want you to think about this.
Yeah.
Have you considered not getting run over from behind?
I love being run from behind, but like, Iowa, it seems to be a common occurrence.
His main method of income.
I've always run well at Iowa, and I've always been wrecked by someone or another. Just going to leave it at that.
All right, so well, Nate's out for blood the rest of the season. Is that what we're hearing?
Yeah. And we'll begrudgingly give Josh some props, because what ended up happening is we were in the restart zone. He brake checked, and that meant I was in front of him in the restart zone. So I had to stop real fast. Otherwise, I would have gotten a penalty. And then he took off. So that's what stacked us all up on the top, which, you got to play your restart games. I get it. Mm-hmm. But it hosed the rest of us. And yeah, thankfully I was able to hold on to second with 10 lap older tires than everybody else. And Nate, who really cares where you finish, but
I finished 14th. I went from being wrecked to back to like 28th, and I was like the most aggressive I've driven in years. I passed like 14 cars in the last 11 laps, which is good. Like, if you guys know how much of like a bitch I am when it comes to racing, that's great for me. I can't say that either, can I? I'm so passive. Like, I don't pass cars. That's not my thing. Which I know it should be your thing if you're racing, but I just like riding around and having fun. So like, I saw Joe Spinelli on the restart, and he was like too wide with someone. I'm like, I'm going to put him 3 wide, but I wasn't even, I drove it right up the middle. Like I'm going to force him to wreck and bring out another caution. Like, I just want to create chaos. Like, I was like the whole thing. I wanted to like make people make mistakes and wreck, and just so I could feel better about myself for wrecking Parker. No one did. Like, everyone raced well. Like, I'm just the only asshole that wrecked Parker.
I was going to say,
what did you think of the repave, Nate?
Repaved was actually pretty good. It raced a lot like the old Iowa still, despite the repave, but without the bumps. Like, I liked it. Like, I thought it was a good track. I was happy with it. They didn't mess it up, I thought.
Yeah, I didn't like it because it's loose off the corners there anyway, and then the transition from the repave to the old track made it a little bit worse, I thought, and then it actually made it to where like the only way that I could pass at any point in time was on the top, which traditional Iowa you pass on the bottom, but with the repave, for whatever reason, majority of the passing came on the top group, so you had to pinch people down and pass them on the top.
I didn't find that. I thought you could still like.
Well, you just said you don't pass people, so you wouldn't.
Well, I know, but I mean, like the last like 12 laps, I was using the bottom pretty. Like, you just drove. I mean, I was following like Mike. Mike is like an expert at passing people, but you just dove it into the bottom, and then if you like, even though it wasn't faster with the new aero package, you could kind of mess up. You get air off your spoiler, and it slowed them down. If it just, I guess, I don't know. I didn't find it that bad in the bottom. I thought the top was killing the rear tires, so like I was trying to stay away from the top the whole race. Which, yeah, I don't know. I was slow, so who cares? Who cares?
Yeah, it was a tire killer. Yeah. Let's see. Rob, you could probably tell us better about the ARCA race at Iowa, because I didn't do it, so therefore I didn't pay attention. Other than I know, our Jonathan Gaston won.
Yes, correct.
The newest Truck Series charter winner from the Mike Kelly sale, so he could fund his Only Dads subscription.
And honestly, dominated. Led 66 of the 95 laps in a race that they ran caution free. So kudos to our Wednesday night series for y'all doing that. That is great work, especially with the repave, as Evan and Nate were just discussing with the challenges that come with that.
Is Gaston that guy from Disney World? That guy that with the red shirt, or his son?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah, and that's a huge shout out to the ARCA boys going caution free, because I don't know if you guys have seen it, but the caution recaps that Joe Spinelli puts in the CRL Discord after the race is, about as abrupt and harsh as Nate talking to me. Which it's pretty odd for a guy who hits every barrel he sees that he's that critical when it comes to caution replays.
It's brutal, man. I'm telling you, it's like you're disappointing your dad.
We're both series are heading to Motegi. Is that how you say it?
I think so. I think it's Motegi Oval. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do not own the track. I've seen leagues run it before, and I know the discussions that Ross and Josh are having about it after doing practice laps there today. I overheard some of that. But I have never run there, so my input's probably not going to be worth much.
What were their thoughts? Just I want to like inside information so I can run top 30 there. If whatever Ross says, I'll listen to.
I'm trying not to put them on blast here. I was
I
gonna
want all
give
the SMB secrets.
I was gonna give a recap.
Yeah, Nate and I did some practice there. The Only Dad's boys did some practice. Apparently, Joe gave us the wrong setup, so we did a whole hour practice long session with the wrong setup. So we know
it was not drivable at all with that setup.
Have y'all done the updated setup that I guess they ran practice laps with today?
Nope.
Okay. Well, take it for what it's worth. Apparently, it was not enjoyable for them. So don't know what that entails or like what that means exactly, but
the track's a horrible track. Like I know people are gonna like it, but like it's high speed into low speed corners that just last forever. Like it's a recipe for a gazillion wrecks. Other than I think the field will spread out because it is an off throttle track. Except there's draft on the. I have no idea what's going to happen because I like in our run that we did. I was so much slower than Evan, but I was able to stay with him the whole run because of the draft off the straights. I don't know. I think it's going to be a lot of wrecks.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of banging in this race. People banging off of turn 2 and turn 4. So I think that'll spread us out.
This league is known for banging, so it's not called the Banging Racing League for nothing.
That's right.
What it's called?
Yeah, you're on the BRL podcast right now. What do you mean? I think we should issue a challenge to Mr. Joe Spinelli. If Joe does not finish in the top 15 at Motegi, he never gets to pick a track for a schedule again.
I like that, but I'm gonna up it just one more. If he doesn't finish in the top 15, he has to refund everybody else's track purchase for the whole league.
Ooh, I like that because I definitely had to buy it.
Yeah.
I mean that's a challenge for sure. I don't know if he'll agree to that challenge, but
I'll give him an out. You can either refund all of our purchases or you can donate that amount to the CRL.
Oh, there you go. Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah. That's a really nice cause. The money does go through Evan first, I think. Does it still go to you, Evan?
Yeah, I do launder all the CRL money first.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah. So send it to Evan. He's going to buy himself a new wheel, and then he'll send the rest to Chris. If you don't finish top 15.
Yeah.
Chris is like, where the hell did all the money go, man?
It was a sale. iRacing track was on sale. It's like $3 a track.
Well, moving on from CRL events, let's get into some real life stuff. We got the Daytona 24 Hours happening as we speak, which I don't know if you guys have been watching it, but it had a true iRacing start where a bunch of clowns just bombed it into turn 1 and had some big wrecks to start it off. And
oof.
I've been in and out since then, as the kids have required that we watch Frozen or Finding Nemo. So I've missed quite a bit of it. Yeah, that's going on.
That is going on. I heard there was a few wrecks at the beginning, but I have not watched any of it. I'll be honest with you.
I haven't watched it either.
Yeah.
I haven't seen enough to know exactly what's going on, other than I saw the Dinger was running third at one point.
Love that.
And I think he may have been in the same car as Connor Zilich, who was also running third. Maybe not. But the two separate times I watched, Dinger was in third, and then Zilich was in third. So I don't know if it's the same car or not, but
when you made that
see some NASCAR boys.
When you made that update in our Discord channel, I thought you were making a joke about something else. So it didn't hit me until later. That was a genuine. I thought you were talking about something else. Like, who calls him Dinger? Whatever. Never mind. Sorry, I'm so ADHD.
I mean, to give you credit, most of the times I'm saying the Dinger. It's not referring to the race car driver. So I'll give you that.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I will say, I know it's going to kind of transition into our next topic, but I did see that James Hinchcliffe is running in the Rolex 24, which for anybody at home that does not know, used to be a big, well, I guess actually even towards the end of last year, he did do more F1 coverage. He switched over to IndyCar to do a lot of their Fox work. But yeah, James Hinchcliffe is in the race. For anyone who knows who that is, there you go.
Yep, Roman Grosjean is also in there as well. Jensen Button. There's another. Logan Sargent was in the car, so we got a few F1 folks that are coming on over to the Rolex world. Cool to see.
Logan's not F1 anymore.
He was,
yeah, but still the F1 connection though.
On paper, I guess. Like on skill, no.
All right, we got Barry McCockner coming over here with all the technicalities.
McCockner.
Oh, sorry. My apologies, sir.
Sir Barry McCockner.
Barry McCockner. Jeez. Sorry. My apologies, sir.
Well, that does bring us to our next category. I don't know if you guys have seen the new F1 car. There's some release photos as well as a little bit of testing from Ferrari. I love it. I don't watch F1 nearly as closely as Nate does. Just because the way that Nate rants about it in our Discord when it's happening is enough to turn anybody off of F1. But the cars are smaller, which I think is going to make for better product. So
I
like what I see.
I agree. I'm interested to see how the regulation changes go for this year. I think from what I understand, it is a very dramatic change comparative to years past. One of the most drastic rule changes they've had in a while. So I did fanboy a little bit today. I saw a picture that Lewis Hamilton had posted of their launch day, and it was actually really cool to kind of get that perspective. There's a picture of him bending around the fence at the test track at Maranello, taking a picture of Leclerc as he drives by in the new car, and I just kind of thought that was really cool. So
That is cool.
I hope for the Tifosi sake that Ferrari bring a much more competitive car this year.
I think they'll finish second this year to Verstappen again.
Listen, I could put Verstappen in a tractor and I'd still trust him to win a race somehow. So
yeah, I don't think this is going to change the running order at all in F1. I think you're going to get the same.
My money's still behind Hulkenberg and Magnussen. I'm still waiting for them to pull it out. So
keep waiting; it'll happen.
Yeah. I mean, if the Hulk keeps floating around in seats like he is, he's got to fall into one at some point, you know.
Who do you think will finish higher in constructors this year? Audi or Cadillac?
Who's that directed at? Me or Evan?
Well, I mean, either one of you, but I guess you, Nate, since you primarily watch F1 of the two of you.
Probably Cadillac, but that's just me taking a guess at. I don't know. I have no idea. I would have to see like 3 races before I even had an inkling of a guess. I just like
fair.
Cadillac better than Audi, but that's just a personal preference. I've got no idea. Where are you at with that?
I would say
Germans are good at losing to Americans too, so that's probably a good reason to pick Cadillac.
Well, I was gonna say Audi just because they are technically an established team. They have been on the grid, but also that's just who knows. It's when you're both starting from scratch with the same regulations, it's hard to tell.
I feel like Cadillac's coming in with a ton of like resources. So, I've never seen a team come in with so much. Like Haas came in with like nothing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like Cadillac's just like they're a company that's not going to come in like not expecting to compete for wins within 3 to 5 years. Like I don't know.
It was actually really cool. If you go to their, I think it's actually called Cadillac Racing Teams, their YouTube page, they did a whole like test day basically of simulating what a race day would be for their first technical like basically dry run for the team. It was actually really cool to see. Highly recommend going to watch that. It's very cool to kind of see the behind the scenes stuff that goes on with that and just how they're preparing for their first races.
But who's the drivers? Perez and Bottas for them?
Yes.
No, then yeah, that's my reasoning. I thought that was yeah, okay, yeah. Of course they're gonna have a good season. Sergio's the second best driver on the grid. We saw that, right? He finished second to Verstappen. He's the only guy that's ever run close enough to Verstappen in like this history of F1. He's easily the second best team in F1 Cadillac 2026.
Okay, well, there you go. You heard it from Nate.
Yep.
Lock me into that one.
Lock it in.
Moving on to back to the NASCAR world that Nate is very unfamiliar with and actively hates upon. But
Wait. How's Dale Earnhardt doing?
he's killing it.
Oh, okay, good. He's my favorite.
But in the NASCAR news, we recently had the NASCAR Hall of Fame inductees of 2026. We had 3 drivers. First one was Nate's favorite serial killer, Kurt Busch.
I remember him.
Good to see him make it. Yeah, Nate remembers him from driving the Sharpie car. That's how long it's been since Nate's watched NASCAR.
It's been a while.
Yeah, that's. I don't know. Yeah, Nate for some reason thinks that Kurt Busch is a serial killer.
I mean, I can explain it if we have time. I'd love to.
I'm more curious on who Rob's favorite serial killer is.
I can't say. Well, actually, that's not true. My wife. That's who my favorite serial killer is.
Oh, geez. I want to be clear. That's the worst thing said tonight on this podcast. Everything I've said. That takes the cake. Like,
listen, she sits around listening to murder podcasts for fun. Like that's when she turns on the car in the morning, or when I go to turn it on for her when it's cold outside, I just hear music blasting, and I'm like, how are you not deaf? And she's like, oh, well, I'm listening to my murder podcast on the way home, and I have to turn it up so I can hear it. She also has told me multiple times that she could definitely murder me and get away with it. So I have to stay on her good side. So that's why I say that.
My wife tells me that too. She said that because she's a nurse, and she's like, there's injections she can give me between my toes that they're not going to check for in an autopsy. I don't know if your wife tells you the same thing, but my wife,
she doesn't. But also,
she says a shot of potassium between the toes will kill you or something like that. I don't know, but
I think potassium just helps with cramping.
It does.
Oh, maybe it was something else. I don't know. She told me. I don't pay attention.
Also, I was going to say, without giving it too much insight into, the background behind this, but wouldn't it be odd for your wife to be in between your toes? Or is that just
saw Nate's
a normal thing?
That's time for a reason.
It's normal, but
okay, because she gives you foot massages, right? She just gives you foot rubs.
I don't suspect anything. I've got what is it, necropathy of the feet or whatever? They just fall off. I don't feel them. I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but
necropathy of the feet.
I don't know if that's a thing.
I think you're thinking of neuropathy.
Neuropathy? I don't know.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I'm making stuff up as I go along here.
Nate's got narcolepsy of the feet.
They just fall asleep whenever
I
they
it was the nymphomania in the feed. What?
If you subscribe to our Only Dad's page, you can see it on webcam.
Back to Kurt Busch. He is the Cup Series champ from 2004. Had 34 Cup wins and 776 starts.
That's awful.
Feels awful.
That's just such a low winning percentage.
Well, Rob can probably pull this up, but can you look at the stats for the CRL and see what Nate's winning percentage is?
Yeah, okay. Give me 1 second.
No, we're good.
No. We gotta look at this now.
We'll come back to that. Harry Gant was also inducted to the NASCAR Hall of Fame. I don't know who likes a Harry Gant, but I keep mine shaved. But he was known as Handsome Harry for his good looks. Also famously known as the Bandit for having the Skull Bandit car, which everybody remembers. Looks like he had 18 Cup race wins, including the Southern 500 in 1984 and 1991, and had 21, now known as what's the new name of the Xfinity series?
The O'Reilly Auto Parts series.
The O'Reilly Auto Parts series.
I thought it was the Bush series.
You'll catch up eventually, Nate.
It's almost 2000, buddy. Don't worry.
We're not the Nextel Cup anymore.
No, we're not the next.
We just switched over from that.
Would you? Do you want me to give Nate stats now, or do you want me to wait?
No.
Let's do the last inductee, Ray Hendrick. From all I can determine, he is the illegitimate brother of Rick Hendrick.
I thought he died in a plane crash.
No.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That was Baby Allison, I think.
Okay. I thought. Never mind. I'm sorry.
No, you're thinking of Ricky Hendrick.
Ricky Hendrick. I thought. Okay. Never mind. Okay. Forget. I just.
Well, I couldn't verify that he was the illegitimate brother, but that's just my theory. He is one of the winningest drivers of all time in the modified series with 700 late model wins between 1950 and 88. But he never won a championship, which to me sounds like a way more talented version of Denny Hamlin. Suck it, Caleb.
This guy sounds a lot like my CRL stats, or Rob's not going to read off ever.
Yeah, let's hear it, Rob.
Nope.
So what was it about the winning percentage with 34 and 776?
Yeah, Bush's stats were 34 Cup wins and 776 starts.
Okay, do we here? Hold on, let me calculate that winning percentage real quick.
That is a 4%.
Well, listen, on the bright side, Nate and Kurt Busch had the same winning percentage in their respective series.
Suck it, Kurt.
Let's see here. Nathan Brown has made 171 starts, and he has 4 wins. And actually, I apologize. Kurt Busch actually does have you because this is a win percentage of 2%.
Okay. Hold on. You're not counting our Thursday series, which I was pretty good in for a while.
Okay.
When I tailored the tracks and the cars to my driving style, I did okay in that series.
Okay. But okay. Yep.
Yeah. I'm just remember I did pretty good in that series. I don't know what the hell we're talking about. It was like 8 drivers, but I won.
I don't have the stats for those, unfortunately, so we
cannot
cannot
we're just
verify.
Gonna have to trust me. Look, one more,
bro.
one more Cup race, and Kurt's at 777, and he's the Foudy's favorite driver.
True.
It's like a
oh yeah
number.
Yeah, biblical joke. I get it.
Mm-hmm.
Nice one, Nate. Way to take us back to our Christian high school upbringing.
Listen, it was in your script. I had to read it.
Oh god,
the script that you keep talking about.
Yeah, there's literally no script.
Daytona 500 news. I don't know if you guys have seen the list of open drivers that are attempting to qualify for this year, but we've got a ton of them.
Quite a few, yes.
Do I know any of these guys?
Yeah, Jimmy Johnson, you know him. Except he is no longer an open driver. NASCAR made up some rule, especially for him, called the open. Actually, I think the first person to ever get it was what's his face last year, the IndyCar driver.
I recognize the guy.
Yeah, he was given this same provisional, I think. So Jimmy's guaranteed to make the Daytona 500 thanks to this provisional called the open exemption provisional.
That's so lame.
Yeah.
Well, technically, what's more lame is that Castroneves got the exemption because essentially what they do is they compare your accolades in other motorsports, and they determine that his accolades in other motorsports gave him the provision last year. While Jimmy Johnson, who literally was a champion of the series, had to race his way in. So technically, they were basically saying IndyCar is better than NASCAR at that point.
That's what they were saying, but it seems like a deal to get someone to come across and race. Like we can lock you into this race contractually with this roster spot. and that was like the only way he was going to come. That's whatever. That's why I don't watch NASCAR, but it's cool. It's cool.
Yeah, I was really hoping that now that Red Bull is the official sponsor of Trackhouse and the Project 91 car, I was really hoping that Daniel Ricciardo was going to be the Project 91 Daytona 500 entry. But that doesn't appear to be in the cards. That would have been my favorite start in NASCAR of all time, I think. Daniel Ricciardo coming over would be just insane.
That'd be huge for ratings because you and I'd watch that. Like that'd be huge.
From my understanding, he has no interest in doing ovals, but I mean,
as he shouldn't.
Yeah, I mean, it's also odd that somebody who looked up to Dale Earnhardt like he did would never at least make one start in NASCAR. So I'm kind of hoping that maybe happens, even if it's a few years from now. I think that would be incredible.
He learned his lesson. Was that too soon? I'm sorry. Rob keeps like my jokes are so bad, like they're not hitting at all. I'm so sorry, guys. I love that.
Well, moving on to our open car list.
That was my favorite guy growing up, which is why I stopped watching NASCAR.
What is it? What is it that Justin Allgaier's sponsor is? It Traveler's Whiskey?
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna need some of that if we keep up with these Dale Earnhardt jokes.
I'm so sorry. If you're listening and you're offended by my Dale Earnhardt jokes, again, they're Evan's script. Like I'm just reading them off a script.
There's literally no script. Hey, what are you talking about?
This guy. Anyway, Anthony Alfredo, the pasta man. He's going to attempt it for Beard Motorsports. Chandler Smith, the Dude Wipes car.
No, the Beard Motorsports. Like what? Why don't we? That's basically our car, isn't it?
Yeah. Beard's the name. It's not the facial jewelry.
Yep. Correct.
There
I go again, reading off a script.
Chandler Smith, he'll be in a fourth front row car. So they win we won't say win, but they settle their lawsuit and decide to bring in a fourth car. Previously mentioned, Justin Allgaier in the Junior Motorsports car with Traveler as it. I'll be pulling for that one most of anybody on this list, I think. It was good to see them make it last year, and it's really cool to see Chris Stapleton be this invested in it. So hopefully he makes it. We got JJ Yaley in the 44 car for New York Motorsports.
What a lame team.
That should be Nate's favorite. Casey Mears in the 66.
I remember this guy, Casey Mears. He's my boy growing up.
Yeah, he's trying to go for, what is it, 500 Cup starts? Is that what it is, Rob? What's the thing he's chasing?
JJ Yaley or Casey Mears?
I'm going to go out on a limb and say my winning percentage is better than Casey Mears.
That one we could probably verify, but I'm pretty sure.
Yes, he's pursuing 500 starts in the Cup Series.
Yeah. So he's going to try to make Daytona 500 one of those. Corey Heim in a fourth 2311 car. Nate's favorite driver for obvious reasons, BJ McLeod, will be trying to make it in the 78 car.
I don't get that.
All right. It's because you have a BJ's membership.
Yep.
Oh, I love BJ's.
Yeah. And then the surprising one to me that I did not see coming, Corey LaJoie in a fourth RFK car, which Rob previously stated that he hates Corey LaJoie. I am a fan of Corey LaJoie. But I think objectively, if you look at this, RFK car with Corey LaJoie is a very stout matchup. Corey, no matter what you want to say about him, is really good at drafting tracks, and RFK cars are always very strong at Daytona and Talladega. So
just don't put him at Gateway because then he'll forget how to shift. So
really good at drafting tracks is like I can say this now because I ran second at a drafting track. Like, there's really good at draft. It's anybody can do that. Like my whatever. What Corey will help be fine.
Yeah, who can't?
What?
Dale Earnhardt.
Oh yeah. Well, see, I told you it's
moving on. So there's 8 cars in total that are open. 2 will qualify in speed. 2 more will race their way in via the duels, and that's going to leave 4 of them drivers that are going home, not making the show. So going to be some heartbreak there. Which, quite honestly, with this new draft package and then in the next gen car, the duels is probably the best part of restrictor plate racing right now. So it'll be really fun to watch those duels and see which of these guys make it.
Yeah, that's always my favorite part, is to watch the duels and just see these guys battling tooth and nail. I think last year, I can't remember, it was Jimmy was racing. Oh God, who was he racing to get into the show? But just seeing the back and forth, just purely depending on which line you were in. Even you saw it last year when Allgaier was trying to race in, and just it's weird to be paying attention so much to a car that's fifth in line on the top side, but that's just it is so much fun to pay attention to.
Yep, I remember a few years ago I was really pulling for Connor Daly, and I don't know if you guys remember that duel, but his if you watch his car leaving pit road when it was about to start, bouncing off the ground, something was broken on that car, and he ended up making his way in the Daytona 500, which is really cool. I don't know. That was really cool. My wife's company is a big sponsor of Connor Daly, so I've got a soft spot in my heart for Connor. So
nice.
It was really cool to see him make that. Yeah.
Also got a hard spot. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
A couple of Truck Series news to point out: the return of Tony Stewart to NASCAR. I personally never saw this coming, based upon the things that he said about NASCAR. But he's going to be racing for Colleague in one of the Ram trucks. That'll be really cool. And then just announced Travis Pastrana in a Nice Motorsports truck for Daytona. So that'll be really cool to see too.
All right.
Nate knows neither of those people.
No,
actually, he knows Tony Stewart.
I know Tony Stewart and Travis Pastrana. I know these guys better than like anybody else that you've mentioned so far tonight. Like BJ McLeod. I've heard of BJ before.
BJ's been around the block though, so I mean he's been around.
Chandler Smith, who the hell is he?
Yeah.
He's a guy.
He is a guy. And he's going to try and make the Daytona 500.
Corey Haim, who
Okay.
I'm supposed to know these names.
Yes, you were definitely supposed to know who Corey Haim is.
Okay, all right. Well, is he related to? All right, we'll move on. I'm sorry, I keep taking up like all these spots.
Yeah, that's it for the. What am I doing, Nate?
No, I said you were worried about like we wouldn't be talking for like long enough, but I'm so ADHD. I just completely ruin every podcast I'm on.
Yeah, we're doing great. I honestly thought that we'd talk about everything in 5 minutes, and then it would be really awkward. But
no,
it's hard when I'm in a meeting.
And Caleb back, I don't think.
No, Caleb should never come back.
Honestly, technically, if you just keep talking and you filibuster him, he can never come back.
That's true.
It's a great strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to some.
I was going to say I might go to bed and miss the filibuster, but
Oh, that's lame.
Yeah, I know.
24 hours of podcast.
that would be a hell of a while you're racing the 24 hours of Daytona, do a 24-hour podcast. That'd be wild.
But we also can't blame you, because that Only Dad's hoodie you're wearing is the most comfy thing that you put on, and could make you fall asleep. Shout out to Lucky Sevens for the Only Dad's apparel.
Sevens, yeah. They better not be listening to this either.
I'd be very surprised.
Bob would be pissed.
Bob's going to make them just for this.
Oh, man.
Some non-racing events. NFL playoffs. Nate infamously hates the NFL as well. So
I hate a lot of things.
We'll start with the CFP, the college football playoff. We saw Indiana win. That was a great game, and came down to the last minute. And if anybody's a Georgia fan, like I married into, the Carson Beck that the Georgia fans know and love sealed that game for Indiana. So
somewhere Dusty Martin is yelling, "Go Dogs!"
Yeah, he's drunk off some Creature Comforts beer and screaming, "Go Dogs!"
And I was fine watching that, because I knew that next year Syracuse was winning their first national championship since 1959. So it was fun watching, knowing our turn was coming. So what's that look for?
I wish you were right, Nate. But also being a Syracuse fan, I can admittedly say that'll probably never happen.
That's so wrong.
I do remember when Cuse won the college March Madness tournament with Carmelo. It was one of the greatest days of my life.
His son sucks now, by the way. I don't know if you've been watching them this year. Carmelo's son is so bad. Sorry, I'm so just ADHD.
Well, going back to
Oh god.
more recent sports talk, the Panthers lost. Sorry to bring that up again, Caleb.
Yeah.
But yeah, they let that one slip away like someone trying to run out of Diddy's apartment.
Oh my god.
Just gave it up right at the last minute. Bills lost too, which is unfortunate. That's kind of near where Nate and I are from, but Nate hates on bandwagon Bills fans, but
they're the worst.
They lost. They choked harder than Josh choking in the championship race at Indy in season 19. Yeah. So
that works like doubly because you have Josh Altus and then Josh Allen. They both are choke jobs.
Yeah. It runs the name, I guess.
Yeah.
I respect that you are just coming up with these jokes off the top of your head, and there's no script that you're reading off of. I mean, it's incredible, honestly. Like your wit is generational.
His wit is so generational. You should see him in our Only Dads chat. It's so great.
I have a script for every possible interaction I could ever have in life. So
Except
I always
this podcast.
seem like him. Except this podcast. Yeah.
But all my offensive jokes are Evan's script, just so we're clear. Evan,
okay.
Only the offensive ones.
Okay.
Broncos won their game. That was also a great game. They advanced to play the Patriots, but I don't know if you guys saw this. They lost their quarterback. From what I can tell, was it on the kneel down play that he broke his ankle? Or was it the play before it?
I think it was the play before it.
Wait, he broke his ankle on a kneel down. Why don't I watch the NFL? That would have been awesome to see. That would have sucked to see, but like that's heartbreaking, but like that's kind of funny because it like screws the Bills and the Broncos. Sorry.
So you're from New York, but you want the Bills to lose?
Just because I don't like the Bills fans. I have nothing against the Bills franchise, but like we used to be able to get into like Bills games for like $10 a ticket, and everybody's like, I'm a diehard Bills fan. And then then they got good, and now all of a sudden the bandwagon fans are like, it's like $1,000. It's like where were you when they sucked? Like no one. It's like going to like my Syracuse games. The reason why I like Syracuse so much is because you can get into the dome for like free, right? We had one good season, and towards the end of the season, it was like $100 a ticket, and I was like, I hate this team now. Now that they suck again, I can get into the games for like free, and all I care about is drinking beer and eating sausage at these football games. Like I don't want to have to pay money to get into the stadium. It's whatever.
Evan, do you see what he's doing?
Yeah,
he's rage baiting Bills Mafia to make royalties off of this episode.
I wouldn't put anything past Nate. And I will say here on the record, while they suck more than any team has ever sucked in the history of the NFL, I am a New York Jets fan.
See, I respect that.
Yeah,
and I'm not gonna give you crap when they're good again. Maybe.
Well, I don't think we have to worry about that happening, but I appreciate that.
You're welcome.
But yeah, back to the Broncos. It's really unfortunate because it's basically just handing the Patriots a trip to the Super Bowl, in my opinion.
Oh, that's good for the Patriots. They haven't won a Super Bowl in like forever, and they haven't won many in their organization's history. So I'm.
You're the worst New Yorker that could ever exist. I'm fairly convinced. Oh man. But yeah, Seattle destroyed San Francisco in their game. We thought it would be good, but it was a lot like Joe guaranteeing that he's going to get a win in a season. It's cute, but it wasn't even close to happening. The Seahawks dominated that game.
That game was when I checked the final score, I was like, I honestly could not believe it. I mean, just
I want to hijack this one last time, and then I'll shut up for the rest of the night.
No, you're not.
When I took my trip out to California to go see the San Jose Sharks play, you know what I just realized? The 49ers, they moved to San Jose. They're not the San Francisco 49ers anymore. They're the San Jose 49ers, but they call themselves the San Francisco 49ers. Like, what a fraud team that is. Their stadium is right outside of San Jose, like 5 minutes. You can walk from San Jose to the stadium in Santa Clara. It's such a fraud team. It's like moving the Syracuse dome, like from Syracuse to Cortland. Evan knows what I'm talking about. Nobody else will know the Cortland recipe or reference, but moving the dome from Syracuse to Cortland and calling it the Syracuse Orange still. It's the 49ers live in San Jose. It's such a
Everybody
fraud.
knows where Cortland is because that's where Rex Ryan took the Jets for training camp when he was the coach of the Jets.
Oh.
Which,
I'm sorry. Yeah.
so everybody should know where that is.
I'm just saying the 49ers deserve to lose. I hate the 49ers for that reason.
I've just come to the conclusion Nate really doesn't enjoy anything or anyone.
That's a pretty safe conclusion to come to. Yeah.
Oh,
And then Rams beat the Bears. I don't know if you guys watched the Bears much this season. My college roommate was a big Bears fan, so I watched a lot of their games. And it's crazy. Like, for as bad as they were always in the game. Reminds me a lot of Nate. Like, Nate's terrible at racing, but if you put him at North Wilkesboro, he's somehow up at the front every single time. So, yeah, got some good championship football games tomorrow to watch. You guys got any picks on who's going to make it?
Well, I mean, I'll be honest, if Seattle plays like they did last week, then I got to think they're probably advancing. But I also had the Bills and the Bears playing in the Super Bowl, so what the hell do I know?
I like the Rams because they have that one guy from that one movie. You know what I'm talking about?
No.
Okay, that's all I got. But
It's good. I would say probably.
He played for the Ravens.
Yeah, Michael Orr. Yeah.
I thought that.
I've got no clue what you're talking about.
I thought they had that one guy that was a quarterback, Kirk Cousins, in his movie when he was in the grocery store and bagging groceries and all that. He played.
Kirk Cousins has ever played for the Rams.
Oh, I don't know.
I think he's talking about Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner, that guy. Yeah.
Oh, Nate, buddy, the Rams have not been in St. Louis for a long time now.
Since when?
Well, I mean, I guess technically the Sharpie car was
you've made all of your St. Louis listeners of this podcast very upset, Nate.
Yeah, so we're rage baiting Bills Mafia and now the St. Louis metropolitan area.
I know what I'm doing. Bob and Kevin listen to this.
Yeah, I've got unfortunately the Patriots, my least favorite team in the world, will probably make it, and I think the Seahawks would probably. Although it's a bit hard because our boy Stafford went to Georgia, so I want to cheer for him.
I don't think we've seen that rule before, the Patriots and Seahawks.
Well, I figure this time they won't. No one will be throwing.
That, but I just ripped ass.
I didn't hear that, but hey, I love that for you. I hope that feels better. Yeah, I'm also going Patriots and Seahawks, I believe. So
I just know Pete Carroll needs to feed Richard Sherman the ball.
Richard Sherman. Okay, Nate.
He'll catch up eventually. It's fine.
We should probably mercy end this thing. But yeah, thanks everybody for tuning in for the Only Dad's takeover of the CRL podcast. We maybe saying thanks to Caleb is not needed because we're way better at this. So Caleb, we'll think about maybe giving this back to you at some point. Or maybe we'll just greenland this thing. We're just going to take it over. Yeah, thanks again to all of our sponsors out there. The Athletic Ghosts, Who's the other ones? Only
I'm
Dad, Sexy Racers Network,
Savage.
Rappers,
Yeah.
Savage Rappers.
Yeah. Reading them off from Rob's background.
Yeah,
Thanks, Rob.
yeah. Thank you to Ghost Athletics, Savage Sim Raps, and OSRN.
Drop your shoulder a bit so we can read the background. Thank you. Camel Condoms, Rock Hard Cock, Pornhub, Dick's Hot Nuts, Camel Towing, Recycling Glory Hole, Soggy Beaver, Big Red.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Those are Nate's personal sponsors that he receives a lot of money from in a very legit way.
Yeah, for sure. There's no money laundering going on there.
Yeah. And obviously the biggest thanks to Chris for putting on this league, making it what it is, letting us clowns run this podcast in the interim. And hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you all next time. Yeah. Nate, do the sound again.